We making waves, 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 on this wave.
Good evening. I've always wanted to say that. If you know, you know. Hi everybody, my name is Jeff Gora. This is Artist Waves Live. Welcome. That was K-Bong on our theme music and a special Tuesday night edition of AW Live. Hello everybody joining. As you may or may not know, my guest tonight is none other than Lenny Prado from Black Circle. The Black Circle is a incredible band from Rio. Can I reach out to Greg? Yeah, man. Why not? Hi, Marlene. Hi, everybody. Yeah, Lenny Prado is going to be joining us from Black Circle. Lenny is in Rio, in Brazil. We have taken the show to South America. I love this platform because I've got to connect with people from all over the world. I've got to connect with people in the UK. I had Australia. I had Italy. Actually, Alan Johannes was in Santiago when we did our interview over the summer. And now we're going to Brazil. So it's pretty cool. I think it's 9 p.m. there and 7 p.m. for me here on the East Coast. And we're going to talk to Lenny. We're going to talk all things Black Circle. We're going to talk about Black Circle's new record, which is called Mercury, which here, I'm gonna play a track off of it right now. This is called Of the Light. And I'm going to ask Lenny about this. I love this track. Great chorus. Great band. So you guys probably have all seen Black Circle perform some of these live stream events that they've done over the past few months. They've become friendly a little bit with the band, Pearl Jam, based around some of their incredible covers and their delivery and their songs. They participated in the EB Research event back in November. They were the opening group, and they also, I think they played an hour or so before the event started. They were the pre-party before the party, and they absolutely killed it, as they always do. Lenny's such a great singer, and I'm really excited to meet him from afar and to talk with him and to have some fun tonight. I think we could all use a little reprieve. We could all use a little talk about music for what's maybe an anxious day or two, anxious week. And that's what I'm going to try to do here. That's what we're going to try to do. So who's heard Mercury? Who's heard the record? Who's heard Black Circle's record Mercury, in addition to the Pearl Jam covers that they absolutely blow the roof off with? Mercury is a great record. I think it's 10 tracks, and the last track is a Who cover, which, man, I don't know how he sings that song. I don't know how anybody sings that song, but Lenny just crushes it, and he nails Love Reign Over Me like no one else other than Eddie Vedder. So maybe we'll have some time at the end to shoot a few questions to Lenny if he has the time. He may also, rumor has it, he may have a little guitar with him, and maybe he'll play a song or two. I don't know. We talked a little bit about it. We're just going to feel how it goes, see if people are into it, see if he's up for it, and maybe he'll play a cover, maybe he'll play a Black Circle song, maybe we'll just talk. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, my throat hurts after hearing that song, and I don't even sing. I think Eddie Vedder said that he has to go to the chiropractor after singing that song, and I think I would probably have to go to the chiropractor too after singing that song, just even thinking about it. So there's a really cool story or two in here too. I don't know if we'll get to it or how in depth we'll get. You probably all know, but at some point along the way, the past year, Eddie and Jill Vedder have connected with Black Circle and sang their praises and literally invited them into the EB Research event and have promoted some of their live streams and some of their benefits, the one for Zoe. And it's a really sweet and really touching story on how that came to be and what's happened since then, and how much they've influenced each other and how much they respect each other. And I'm sure you probably know this already, but Lenny's got some really cool stories about how that happened and some of the conversations he's had with Eddie and Jill, and basically, what that has meant to the group and what that's meant to him. So We're just waiting on Lenny Prado from Black Circle. This is the part where I just rap a little bit because I'm not in the interview yet, and I'm just talking to you people and my phone, and I really appreciate you all joining me and taking a time out of your Tuesday evening to hang with Artist Waves and to engage with this type of series. This is actually 39th time we've done one of these interviews since April, all off the cuff, all impromptu, based around what has gone on in the world. But I have to say I am really grateful for it. I really appreciate it. I really enjoy these interviews. I love them, really. It's a highlight of my week, and I appreciate the people that we've met, the people we've talked to, and oh, Lenny, what's up, man? I see you there. I'm here. I didn't know you were joining from your personal account. Did you want to join from that or Black Circles? It's up to you. Just give me the word and I will cue you in. I'll invite you in. I wasn't sure if you preferred connected through the Black Circle account or if you wanted your personal one out there. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Marlene. What a nice comment. I appreciate that so much. You're always right in our corner. You're the best. Thank you. Okay, Lenny, you're gonna switch. That's cool. That's a good idea. No worries. Take your time. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, so we're going to connect with Lenny through Black Circle's account real quick. Amazing how this works. I think it just, like, it never ceases to amaze me how I could be sitting here and he could be sitting in Brazil, and then who knows where everybody else is, and then we're just looking at each other, talking and hanging out through phones in a corner of your house somewhere. So right on. All right, here we go. Black Circle's in the house, and now they're going to get in the Artist Wave house. Request to join. Sent. Hopefully that went through to you. Let me know if it didn't. Try it again. There we go. Try it again.
Now I got it.
Hey, Lenny.
How you doing, brother?
How are you?
I'm cool. How you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you. Thanks for doing this, man. I really appreciate you taking the time tonight. It's great to chat with you.
No problem at all.
We had a lot of excitement, a lot of people commenting and writing in and sending some really sweet notes about their excitement about us getting a chance to talk to each other and you joining this interview. So, right on.
Here we are. It's nice to be here. Thanks for the opportunity, man.
Yeah, of course. So I was, you might have heard me dapping a little bit. I was playing some Mercury. Congratulations, man. I just want to say, I want to start by saying that because I really am digging this record. I can't tell you how much I am thoroughly enjoying it from top to bottom ever since it came out. It's a really great record. You guys must be quite proud, and it must feel pretty good to have this out right now. So yeah, I wanted to tell you that right off the bat because I'm really digging it. It's really great.
Thank you. I saw you were listening to Of the Light. I've been here since 8 o'clock, so
you heard me. Yeah, you heard me yapping a little
Yeah.
bit. How are things in
That's
Rio?
cool.
How are things in Brazil? You guys doing all right?
Well, it's pretty hot today. It's a very hot day. It's been a very hot week. I mean, the weather is like super tough to even go outside of the house. We shouldn't be going outside the house anyway. So, but we just got confirmation of the vaccine. So we're starting with the whole process of getting people vaccinated right now. I think it started yesterday. So we're very happy about it.
That's great. There's a light hopefully at the end of the tunnel for all of us. Hopefully things are starting to feel a little bit better for you guys. And I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, I don't think we'll see like that light until maybe the middle of the year, after everyone has been vaccinated at least twice, the second dose, which, I mean, we're on the right path now. Thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, same here. It's a big week for us. I'm in Boston. It's a big week for the country, for us, and getting a chance for us to talk and stuff and to listen to music certainly helps. So I want to talk to you about a lot of things, man. All things Black Circle, the new record, and maybe if you got time for questions, or if you got a guitar handy and you're getting the itch, there it is. You can let it fly. Before we get to that, so I know your story pretty well, and I know your music pretty well, especially the past year or two, I should say. I really start to get into it. But I'm curious. I heard you tell the story a few times about how you first connected with your bandmates and how Black Circle, as we know it now, basically began in 2016. You think about
Yeah.
the journey to this point, 4.5 years, whatever it's been. How has it been for you? Like, has that gone quickly? Has it been like a slow growth, or is it already past what you guys expected?
Yeah, no, it's way beyond past what we expected, of course. I mean, when we started out in 2016, that's like almost 5 years ago now. It was we started in July, June or July, and in these 4 to 5 years, a lot has happened. Not only here in Brazil, to the end of 2019, we were basically a local band. And some people knew about us in the country, but mostly people from Rio. And then we didn't have, Sergio, our lead, one of our guitar players, he always said, we gotta go beyond the tribute. You gotta find a way to go beyond the tribute, because that's what we always wanted to do, was to have something more than that. The tribute is amazing. I mean, we could play Pearl Jam, but uh, after you play with the guys a few times, I don't know if you're a musician. Are you a musician?
Yeah, kind of. I played in bands for a while, but I like to play. So
So when you find the right group of musicians, you just want to make music with them.
yeah,
So basically, that's what happened. We wanted to make our own music. We had like demos from 2017, but the tribute was always there. We had to do the tribute shows, and the band was getting bigger, and places in Rio were inviting us to play. So we were playing like 3 times a week, 2 times a week, and we didn't have much time for that. But eventually, we found a way. And but we didn't know that the whole thing with Eddie and Mercury being streamed 100,000 times just this week. We could have never imagined that, and that's we owe it to our fans, to our family, Brazilian and international. So I want to thank you specifically, the fans, the people who are there. Thank you so much for helping us out. But no, we didn't expect it. We just wanted to do a good tribute. We just wanted to pay a good tribute to Pearl Jam, which is a band that we really love.
well, you've done it 10 times over, and it's well deserved. It's a band I really love too. It's a band near and dear to my heart, and a lot of people that I'm seeing in here are friends I've met along the way. So I think Pearl Jam means a lot to all of us, and it's so awesome to have a group like you guys that can extend the message. Let's put it that way. Silly question, but is Black Circle, is that a nod to Spin the Black Circle at all, or is it just is that just
Yeah, of course. Of course it was. At first, when the guys invited me, I have no idea what the band name was going to be. The name they were another band before, and then the lead singer left the band, and they were looking for another singer, and then they found me, and they said, okay, we'll let you know if you're in. We're gonna have a conversation. If you're in, we'll let you know what the name of the band is. And the guys toyed around with King Jeremy for a while, but then they came up with Black Circle, and it's Black Circle record music, and you
Yeah.
couldn't think of a better name, I guess. So
Oh, it's great. It's really great. And I know that you have told the story a few times about your tryout and when you came in to rehearse and sing for the gig. I'm curious. I know the group probably threw a bunch of songs at you to learn before you stepped in there. What do
yeah.
you remember the songs that you had to sing to try out for the gig?
Well, I think basically what they gave me were probably the A sides, I guess, at the time.
Okay.
Songs that everybody knew, the hits. But there were a few other songs that were not more high pitched or lower pitched, falsetto. They wanted to see what I could do with the songs, and if I could like hit that note or maybe sing in a lower voice. And I think they told me that after that the whole set was like it was that there was a method behind it. They selected it very carefully, and but I really don't remember the songs. I remember that 10 was basically there.
Okay.
I mean, there were like 6 or 7 songs from 10 probably.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And I know you're like looking back, I guess, focusing on your story specifically. So you start singing and playing in groups and stuff around 17, you said. Did you start playing guitar then too, or was singing your intro to music?
Well, I've always wanted to be a guitar player, not because of Pearl Jam or anything. I started listening to Pearl Jam a little after I started listening to rock. But because, those guys were amazing. They could be, in front of everybody, sometimes kneeling and playing the guitar and their backs or whatever. I'm sorry my English, but those guys are awesome. And then one day a guy said to me, no, I don't think you should do that. I think you should be a singer. You should try singing. And that's exactly when I found out about Pearl Jam. And that was my first, when you're starting out, you gotta follow, some kind of recipe or whatever you think is good, that guy that you look up to, and then, that's your objective. You want to sing like that guy. And Eddie was the guy that came along, the first one. And then luckily, I could sound a little like him. I was trying to imitate his voice. And then I was 17 at the time, man. And then it became part of my school. I was studying Pearl Jam at the time, and eventually that became part of my career.
Right on. And you started playing in cover bands, and I've heard you, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard you say a few times that when you first started playing in some cover bands, it was a mixed bag of genres and artists and bands of songs that you play. But I heard you say Silverchair a few times, and that piqued my interest right away because I love Silverchair still to this day. So I have to give a shout out because I heard you say that a few times, and I was like, yes, Silverchair.
Yeah. I played a little Silverchair. My first band, I was 17 at the time, I guess, 16 or 17, and we played Silverchair, we played The Offspring, we played Sepultura, we played everything. So, but Silverchair, it's the guys that did grunge, even though they were not from Seattle. So I identified with the band, and I really like Silverchair. Even everything that they did, even their last record, which is kind of different, but I think they got better over time as a band. So I'm a huge fan of Silverchair myself.
Awesome. Yeah, they're great. So not, and then also, I guess I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but then, Black Circle forms, you guys hit the ground running. Obviously you're learning Pearl Jam's entire catalog to that point to be a tribute band. At this point, with their 11 records deep, I would guess they have upwards of 200 songs in their catalog. Do you guys know all 11 records? Like, do you know all 200 songs?
No.
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 How do you go about learning it? Like,
we even had a project of knowing everything record by record, album by album. I can tell you that probably we can play like 120, 130 songs probably. something like that. There are a few songs that I can sing, but the band can play. But that's because, I've been a huge fan, for 30 years. No, 20, 23 years. And, it's as a lead singer, as a singer, I learned how to sing the songs, even though the English is poor to most of these songs that they don't know. But I could tell you confidently that we play probably 70% of their catalog, probably.
So you guys do what they do, and you mix up the sets quite a bit, which is such an integral part of the Pearl Jam live experience. How do you guys
Yeah.
do that? Is there a method to your madness in terms of creating a set list, or is it
Well,
improv as well?
you mean, I'm sorry, I think I didn't get it. You mean about when we create the set list or when we
Yeah,
put songs inside the songs? What do you
yeah.
mean?
How you guys go about what songs you want to play?
Ah,
How
okay.
do you do that?
That really depends. That really depends on the venue. Because some places they're more people go there to listen to rock, but they don't know Pearl Jam like tribute bands do or hardcore fans do. So if you play a lot of B-sides here, I mean in Brazil, if you play a lot of B-sides, stuff that didn't come to us in the end of the 90s or beginning of the 20s, we didn't have a lot of access to that. Um, People will not know. They will appreciate because it's Pearl Jam anyway, but they won't know the songs. So we gotta sometimes, most of the time, we gotta stick to the songs that everybody knows. But we listen to requests when we're playing, and we try to play these songs next time that we play there. When we come back to that venue, we play that song for maybe that person if that person is there. But I guess we try to squeeze in like two or three B-sides and now our songs as well. But the method is pretty much that we gotta analyze the plays and see what kind of people we're playing for. And yeah, I think that happens with most bands. A show that Pearl Jam plays in Rio is different than the show they play in São Paulo and in the US or in Europe. I think there's some research behind what was popular and what people know. Probably. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what I believe.
Sure. Yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense. So speaking of songs, obviously there was a big event in the world of the Black Circle space back in, I guess it was the end of March, when the band released Dance of the Clairvoyants, and then you guys turned it around into a unbelievably jaw-dropping cover that you nailed in video form, like, what was it, hours or a day later? So I'm curious from a musician standpoint, what's the process in which you guys are able to put that together, obviously so well, but also so quickly? Was it like, all right, everybody collective, like, learn your individual parts and then we'll get together and a day later and we'll practice it? Like, how did that happen?
Well, it was 2 in the morning when the song came out here in Brazil because it was like midnight
Yep.
when the day changed, and we didn't know what to expect because we knew it was going to be a different song because of the snippets that we had heard here and there on the internet, on the web, but we didn't know if those snippets were true, if they were like I don't. We had no one had any idea. But then Pearl Jam posted a small during that day, during that week. They started like posting snippets of the song, and it sounded different. So we were a little scared, to be honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
what are they coming up with? Because I think Lightning Bolt is an easy record to play from a musician's standpoint, because not a lot of different chords, or the songs are very straightforward. You got your verse, your chorus, another verse, chorus, solo, and then they were like they followed the recipe, I guess. I don't know. But then this record, everything was pointing to the direction that said this is going to be a different record. So, I mean, especially after what, 9 years without releasing? Was that 9 years? 9 years, I guess. 8 years
Yeah.
without releasing a record. And then the song came out, and it was completely different than anything Pearl Jam had done before. And the lyrics were huge.
Mhm.
So I was scared because, nothing online, no lyrics online. It was just, you gotta learn that by ear. And you know, I didn't sleep that night, just writing down the lyrics, trying to learn as fast as I could, and to be as accurate as I could. And the guys were doing the same thing. They were, you know, individually, they were at home learning their parts. I think both guitarists were like talking more than the other guys, because they were like, who's gonna do this and who's gonna do that. And eventually, the next day, we got to the studio at 10 in the morning or 9 or something like that, to rehearse and start practicing. I mean, not to practice. We got there. When I got there at about 10. The guys were already practicing. They had played the song like 4 times probably. And I was still struggling with the lyrics. Christopher Palombo, our great supporter, was there. And he's American, so he was helping me out with the lyrics. And then we went into the studio and we played 3 times. I remember that. We played 3 times together and we decided to record. We thought, well, this is good. We had a camera crew because, you know, we were thinking of that idea. It wasn't just, let's do it tomorrow, let's learn the song tonight. It was like we were waiting for the song. We had this plan of releasing a video under 24 hours. So we had a camera crew there waiting for us to be ready for them. And then that's completely live, exactly as we played it. And I went home with the video files in a SD card, and I did the whole editing of the video. Sergio was messing a little bit with the mixing of the, you know, the instruments. So he sent it to me, we put it together, and the video was up there. We got lucky. We got like 20 or 30,000 views in like 2 days. It was really, really amazing.
Well, you guys absolutely nailed it. It was sensational. It was, you know, and Mike McCready shared, you know, he puts it on his Twitter, and I know you connect shortly after that through some benefit dialogue with Jill, with Jill Vetter. And I'm curious, from that point, you know, the family starts to change a little bit, the vibe starts to change a little bit, and you have a benefit, the Zoe benefit, a couple of other things, and you start connecting, obviously, with Jill. And now, to this point, if my story is correct, you actually learned that Eddie and maybe even some of the rest of the group had been tuning in to your live performance while you were performing. I think, like you said, you saw a text or something that Eddie just gave you the thumbs up on this. Like, I can't imagine the emotion and the sensation of feeling, getting that feedback in that moment. So I'm curious now, and I know you've had conversations with Eddie too, just personally, how has that been for you? How much has that meant to you as a person, as an artist, as a singer, you know, for Black Circle as a whole, to get that sort of connection, you know, through Eddie and Jill? How I can't imagine how special that's been.
You know, I gotta be honest with you. Obviously, you know, I've been asked that question a few times. But,
yeah.
I have to tell you, man, I still don't know how to answer that properly. To be honest with you, I just said we couldn't imagine that. I mean, having Eddie call us and wanting to talk to us. It wasn't us. I mean, we reached out to Jill, but the day that he called after the Zoe concert, it was like we couldn't have imagined that. And the way that we talked, I think he reached out because we were using their music for a benefit. So somehow he thought, this is what Pearl Jam does. So I got to reach out to these guys and at least, you know, talk to them. And I don't know what went through his head at the time, but I know that when he called us, he was more overwhelmed than we were at the time, because we were shocked. He was already crying. So it was, I remember he asked me something that I'll never forget. He said to me, Lenny, we're singing Black. And I looked at Jill and I said, how does he know that pain? And then this is what I think any artist wants to hear from their idol, or a singer, I mean, because they know what their song means to you. And it does mean a lot to me. The pain that he felt, I might have felt sometime with you know, in another situation, and the song meant something to me. And having Eddie Vedder acknowledge that, saying that he could see that the pain meant something to me as well, was better than saying, "Hey, nice singing," or "Hey, great show." It was somehow he knew what I was feeling, even though he wasn't there with me. Just by watching the show. We had this conversation after some time. I mean, we were on the phone for like 2 hours, and with the band and speaker. What do you call the speaker? Speaker when everybody can hear what you're talking about.
Yeah, speakerphone. Yeah.
Speakerphone. So it was on, so everyone was listening, and he was like super funny and talking to everybody, very receptive. And then he said he wanted to talk to me, and then he gave me lots of advice and just ways that I could be true to myself and to my music. And you know, he said people when I started out, people said I sounded like this guy or that other guy, but eventually I found my voice, and that's what he wished for me and for the band, that we found our music. And ever since, it's been, every time I talk about it, it's like sometimes it feels like it didn't happen. Something that we imagined, something that we wanted so much to happen that it became true. But it didn't. It did happen. Eddie talked to us. We've spoken to him a few times, and to Jill. And you know the rest of the story you already know. But we feel humbled that he reached out. I mean, who does that? Who reaches out to a tribute band to, you know?
That's such a beautiful story, man. And I know you've said it a lot, but I've never heard the part about Eddie saying, "How does he know that pain?" And man, I think that is such a beautiful comment and such an inspiring reaction. I got the chills a little bit when you said that just there, because you know, personally, and I'm not going to get off track here, but I had an experience that's somewhat similar, not with Eddie, although I would have loved that as well. But
would have been good, right?
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? Such an inspiring person, artist, everything. But real quickly, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I totally relate, and what I'm gonna
tell me about
circle on my point here.
What happened?
So I was writing for other platforms for a long time, and long story short, Chris Cornell was starting to share some of my work because I was writing about Audio Slave and Temple the Dog, and he was always such a prominent force in my life in terms of music and artistry and stuff. In 2016, I happened to be in Baltimore when he was on his solo tour, the Higher Truth tour, in Baltimore on the same date. May or may not have been a coincidence, but I was there for a work trip. He was there on that spot of the tour. He invited me to come backstage before the show quickly and chat with him. And I tell you, Lenny, it was just the two of us in a room that was just a room with 2 chairs and white walls, and that's it. And in his own words, he said the same thing that Eddie said to you. That was like, how do you know how that feels type of thing, to some degree. You know, it's hard. It's easy to construe his words now, but it had such a lasting impact on what I did after that. And that was the light that started the fire of Artist Waves. That conversation was like, okay, now you're going to go start your own thing. He was the one that inspired it. So I really got chills when you were telling that story, because it reminded me a little bit of it, but you have, your own version of it that's so special. And I was thinking the same thing, like when I hear your music, tribute band, you can define that however you want, but it's the message and it's the songs. They could be really, really well done and really well performed, but it's how you deliver the message. And I would always notice that in how you guys play and how you guys sing with such conviction and such passion, that you're singing these songs because they mean a lot to you. Like, you can relate and you're doing them justice. So, yeah, man, I think it's special. The way you deliver the message is probably
I just want to say, first of all, I'm very jealous of you right now, because you got to sit down with Cornell. I mean, that's seriously, man, that's something you'll never forget. And knowing that is what ignited everything, That's what made everything make use that, I don't know, channel that into something, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you're doing, and that's I congratulate you for that. And in my case, I just now every time I make music, every time I write something, after that conversation, it can't just be anything. It has to be something. It has to mean something. You know, everything I write, everything I want to do, uh, it has to have some kind of meaning, and it can be empty. That's what I got from that conversation. That's the only way I'm gonna find my way of doing things. I'm gonna find my voice, and we're not gonna, end up being a copycat of some kind. So being true and being honest with what you do.
Yeah, I think it's all about feeling, and it's the feeling that you take and then that you give back. And man, you guys really do that. You really do. And your new record, I think, is just another example of it. Mercury is very emotional and very solid, top to bottom. I know a lot of people have gravitated toward Drive in the Rain, Drive on the Rain, and I love
Yeah.
that song too. You know what I love about that song is the narrative of the story is that you can place yourself in that car at 3 o'clock in the morning in the dark, driving home on windy streets in the rain, feeling very emotional. And in that moment, maybe it doesn't feel good, but after the fact, it does feel pretty good.
Yeah.
So I know people have really taken to that song, and I love it too. But Of the Light, when I was playing beforehand, might be my favorite because the chorus is so powerful. I love big choruses. Autumn Theory too. But the chorus is so powerful, and I'm wondering, what's the Black Circle process for writing your own songs? Do you write them collectively? Are they individual efforts that people learn? How'd you guys
Yeah,
do?
I think the first record was. I mean, I had ideas. Nicholas had ideas. Our drummer. We had a few songs. I think it's like a half and half, probably. We got 9 songs of ours and one cover. I think 5 are songs that I wrote and 4 are his. And then we just showed the guys the songs, and because we didn't have much time to come up with songs together because of the road, because of the tribute, we just worked on those songs. I mean, provided that everybody liked them. So everybody in the band said, no, that's a good one. Let's work on that. So that first record was kind of like that. I mean, I bring the songs, they sound like that in my head. What do you guys think? Basically, in my case, was like half a song, maybe in part A and chorus, and the guys came up with the rest, and then I added lyrics to that part that I had after the song was it had a better shape. Nicholas usually brings songs that are more complete. He realizes the song in his head, like from top to bottom. And then when he tells us, when he shows us the songs, they're more. I think they're more of a song. Than what mine are when I show it to the band. But I should be using the past here, because for the next record, the one that we're releasing, when we do release it, we're already working on a second record.
Oh, awesome.
Now, because of COVID restrictions, and we're not playing, we're just doing the live streams. We have more time to write music together. So this is what we're trying to do now. We're coming up with ideas together, and seeing where the songs take us. So I would say that the second record will have a different approach than the first did. The first was more straightforward. We have these songs, let's work on them. And the second one is going to be more like, let's see what we can do with Sergio's idea, or Nicholas's ideas, Gabriel's or Luis's. We're gonna be more collective now. But the first record was Sergio mixed the first record, so he did all the producer work, right? And then he had a lot of saying in where the songs were going to go. So I would say that out of the two that brought the songs in, Sergio was the one that contributed more to the way that the songs ended up. I don't know if you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
But even though everybody had inputs, had stuff to say and to add to the songs, Sergio was the one that said, okay, that song is going in that direction. This is too long. This is too short. So let's work on this. Let's work on that. And that's how Mercury came
Awesome.
about.
Yeah, I love the process, the artistic process behind it. So it's especially from a group coming from where you guys are coming from. It's fascinating, and it's great to hear. There's more on the way.
Yeah, there is.
I think
There is.
once you tap into it, you know, it's like a wellspring. You can't stop. So that's great. We could use it. So speaking of songs, I don't know if you want to jam a few. I mean, I'm sure everyone will love it. No pressure. I think we share some of the same favorites of the Pearl Jam catalog with In Hiding, Love Boat Captain, Light Years. Those are some of my favorites too. But I don't know if you want to do one of yours and a Pearl Jam, Comes Then Goes and Virgin 2. Whatever you want to do, is I'm sure everyone would love.
Okay. No, cool. Let me just see how the guitar is sounding right now. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna play a Black Circle first. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
And that'll do a Pearl Jam. Hands upon my mattress, just to melt your frozen heart. All of my candles been put out by don't you second guess my feelings. There's a silence in this war. You're so used to being lost, you can't tell you've been loved. It's a joy when we can talk, but it's hell the way you walk away. You always leave me wanting more as I drive on. Pictures, letters, and coherence I've collected from the start as I pray to see your feelings as I fade inside my heart. It's a joy when we can talk, but it's how the way you walk away. You always leave me wanting more as I drive on. And now I'm sure we're gonna make it as I drive on. Raindrops are falling, but nothing's resolving. Thinking and sinking, my whole body's shaking. Raindrops are falling, but nothing's resolving. Thinking and sinking, my whole body aching. Raindrops are falling, but nothing's resolving. Thinking and shaking, my whole body aching. Raindrops are falling, but nothing's resolving. Thinking is shaking, my whole body shaking.
Wow.
Thanks.
Man. Amazing.
That was a shorter version of Drive Home in the Rain.
Well, as you say, my whole body's shaking because that was beautiful. I love that line. Really, really, really awesome, dude.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I love it.
Can I play a Pearl Jam B-side?
Yeah, whatever you like.
There are a few limitations to my guitar playing. So I'm gonna go with like a simpler song, but
Okay.
I know you're gonna like it. Drifting, drifting, drifting away. I got myself a mansion and I gave it away. It's not the world that's heavy, just the things that you save. I'm drifting, drifting away. Drifting, drifting, drifting along. Rid myself of worries and my worries are gone. I only run when I want you and I sleep like a dog. I'm drifting, drifting alone. Suitcase and there is money to be made. It gets so exciting, nothing gets in their way. My roadie may be lonely just because it's not faith. It's good for drifting, drifting away. Oh, Suko, say there is money to be made. It gets so exciting, nothing gets in our way. My roadie may be lonely just because it's not faith. It's good for drifting, drifting away. Drifting, drifting, drifting on. I feel like going back there, but never for long. I sometimes wonder if they know that I'm gone. I'm drifting, drifting alone. Drifting, drifting alone. Drifting, drifting alone.
All right. Beautiful, man.
Thank you.
Really, really awesome. Thank you for doing that. Really appreciate you doing that. I'm sure everyone did. You nailed it.
Come on, man, you got it.
You know, it's funny. It's like those songs maybe could be like cousins in terms of the, you know, the lyrics, and maybe one's the, you know, the long lost relative to the story. It's a cool combo you picked.
I guess so.
So we had a few questions come in advance, in one or two here. You touched a little bit about recording a next album, but what else is in store for Black Circle? What else do you guys have on your plate? What are you looking forward to for the next few months there?
Well, we still have 2 videos that we're releasing this year for songs from Mercury. We're not going to tell you what they are. You'll just have to tune in. But we have a show coming up on the 19th, January 19th. We're gonna do a benefit for an amazing guy named Art. So tune in to watch that show on the 29th. And after that, we're gonna be working on the record because we can't play. We can't go to venues yet. We want to. We miss them, but we can't. We miss the guys. We miss the public. We miss the audience, but we can't go. So we're gonna be working on the record and playing live streams, maybe one every month, probably. And we have this plan of going to the tour in the U.S. When it's safe to travel again. So I don't know, maybe sometime before the end of the year, probably. That's what we want.
That's
really
that's what we want too. That would be a great plan. I love it, man. That would be great. I didn't know that you had that in store. So I hope that happens sooner rather than later. It'd be great to see you guys here. We may have time for one more question if anyone wants to shoot one in. Otherwise, I would say, Lenny, this has been such a blast, man. I could talk about this forever. I really appreciate all your insight. And I've been really moved the past few days on just how deeply your band connects with people and creates a community within the community. It's really special thing you guys have going. You're sharing your story, like individually, collectively as a group, you're sharing your stories, which is not an easy thing to do. especially when you're covering another artist. But you guys make it your own in a way that is a really special thing that I have not really seen elsewhere. So thank you for your artistry. Please give Luis, Sergio, Gabriel, Nick a big thank you from me too. You have a friend in me. You have a friend in Artist Waves. You have a fan in me.
Thank you. If you're ever in Rio, let's go out and party real style.
I will take you up on that for sure. I will be banging on your door. I think one last question we had here was, do you have a favorite song that is either, I think it was either a Pearl Jam song or a favorite song off the record? I'm trying to scroll back to the question. It jumped out at me. What are you listening to now? What are some of your favorite songs that you guys have done? Some of your favorite Pearl Jam music that's getting you through right now?
Well, I've been listening. I think I have to be honest with you. I just bought Backspacer on vinyl. Oh, cool. And yeah, I listened to it like 3 times yesterday, and it's an amazing record. Oh my God, Monster Waves, Force of Nature,
one of my favorite songs.
It's like that record is amazing. But because of the fact that we do Pearl Jam all the time, it's just that we haven't, at least me, I haven't been listening to Pearl Jam a lot lately. But there's this guy that I really love, and people will, if they know me, they'll comment before I even say his name.
Glenn Hansard.
But Glenn Hansard, huge fan. I mean, whatever that guy does is like gold. He's amazing. So I've been listening to Glenn a lot. And every now and then I go back to stuff from the 90s, like Counting Crows, and Stone Temple Pilots, Silverchair. I like to stay true to the songs that I liked as a teenager. Try to contact that guy, from that time, and somehow still have that teenager anger inside. That as we get older, we get more peaceful. And we want to write love songs, but I try to connect with the 17-year-old Lenny, and still try and find that connect with that anger that I had as a teenager, like every teenager does.
I hear you. Same here. Yeah, I saw some of your Glenn covers too, and his lyrics, his poetry, man. The best.
That's poetry. That's poetry. That's the stuff. I can totally connect with the songs, and it's like it's like that guy's writing for a specific moment of my life. That's amazing. It's amazing.
That's a good way. That's a good way of putting it. I like that. Right on.
I wanna thank you for letting me be here, for talking to me tonight. I mean, second time I give an interview entirely in English, so I'm pretty nervous. I'm always nervous.
Oh, wow.
But I want to say thanks for the opportunity, man. And I hope that Artist Waves just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and that we have other opportunities to talk about music. And anytime you want, just let me know, and we'll talk. Thank you.
I really appreciate you saying that. I will certainly take you up on it. It's been a blast. I was really looking forward to connecting tonight. And thanks for your time and your kind words and those incredible renditions that you gave us a couple minutes ago. We could all use the music, so thank you, Lenny. This has been a blast, man. Much appreciated.
Yeah, me too. Thanks, Josh.
Take care.
See you next time. Bye, everybody. See ya.
All right, thank you very much, everybody. Wow, that was awesome, man. Lenny just played some songs that gave me chills from top to bottom, and it was such a great conversation. So great talking to him. And Black Circle, what a great powerhouse of a band. Mercury, if you haven't gotten it yet or checked it out, solid rock record with a ton of meaning, and Lenny sings the hell out of it. So thank you all so much. I really appreciate it. This has been quite the evening, and I'll talk to you all soon. Maybe we'll do a little Friday morning surf chat like I did last week, off the cuff. That was fun. Next week, AW Live is with Delilah Paz from the Last International. That'll be next Wednesday. But more on that later. For now, tonight's all about Black Circle and Lenny. And thank you. Jeff Cora, Artist Wave, signing off. Stay healthy, stay safe. Much love. Thanks, guys. Brazil, Marlene. Jake, Lily, Maddie, Duke. Peace, love, and music. Right on. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.